lane, and you'll be in lane in range of some team fight. And there we go, Svenskeren! Hecarim, I think, actually it's for Huni, Hecarim is the best champion in League of Legends right now. In my opinion, he is the best champion in League of Legends, and the first team to play him is Evil Geniuses. Hecarim in the top lane is OP, Hecarim in the jungle is OP. Huni, I think, can take over this game on Hecarim with the Galio over the top.
And specifically, Freak, it's not just, blind pick Hecarim here, but Hecarim into Shen, because Hecarim best keystone is either Conqueror or Phase Rush. Phase Rush mostly more for the jungle, but I'm expecting Huni to go Conqueror. You can stack up the helicopter Qs on Shen, just keep on spinning on him with your Conqueror stacking up, and you don't have to worry as much about the Spirit's Refuge, the auto attack blocking W for Shen. And Hecarim can utilize the move speed really well to dodge taunts. It's a big part of Shen trying to get trades on you. If you dodge the taunt, if you dodge the taunt, that means he probably can't get his Q pass through, which takes so much of the damage out of Shen's trading.
Yeah, at the very least, Shen can try to block Devastating Charge, which is a decent chunk of the burst damage there in the Hecarim as well. But yeah, Q is just, you're spinning it around, and that's not getting blocked by Dodge Zone. Very, very strong champion now. Excited to the Hecarim. People do run Ignite up in the top lane because you can just use your ult or your E to get away from ganks. Don't have to run Flash or even Ghost. You can just run more damage and kill champions off. Shen's going to build armor natively. He's going to build some durability there, like the health with Titanic Hydra and Sunfire Cape, like he can kind of withstand, but this is going to feel very Hecarim favored. I like this. It allows Huni to play very, very heavily into the side lane, but if he comes down, it's hard engage. It's not, the squishy Camille who hopes she can sit in the ult long enough to kill someone off. Hecarim's going to get in there. He's going to get a bunch of durability. The big tank stat for Hecarim is his W, the heal zone. If someone takes damage around him, he heals for 30% of the damage dealt, which means he will drain tank off your team coming in after you. Very, very good champion. Going to look like a lot of fun in this game.
And with two of the core items, Trinity Force and Death's Dance, when you get your Death's Dance in, you are one of those juggernaut lifesteal tanking types of champions. In addition to the W, makes him very sustain oriented. So Grievous Wounds are pretty important versus champion, especially later on once the Death's Dance is completed.
Absolutely. Then sort of down the line, because I've actually played probably 10 games of Hecarim so far since the buffs. He falls off a little
like 30.
bit. Sorry? You played how many?
Like 30.
Oh, okay, so you got me beat there. I've been playing a bunch of bot cards as well. It feels like his late game falls off a little bit, that you kind of spike on your first two, and then as you start ranking W, the rank incentive isn't very good, and so the ultra late game, you're not 6-item Camille, when you're 6-item Hecarim, that kind of falls off a bit, but your first 20 minutes, it gotta feel amazing.
Yeah, and he's definitely a classic Trinity Force spiking champion. We have a little bit of delay with the game. That's why we're waiting right now. But honestly, I'm really curious too, because Hecarim, one of the other things is you have super long range where you can stop Shen's Stand United. Not only do you have your move speed boost with your E, which was buffed at the top end, but also super long range with your ultimate. And your ultimate provides an extended fear now. The longer that you travel with it, that actually got buffed at the maximum range. So you can go interrupt the Shen Stand United. And then, unlike a lot of other champions that might die, under tower, the Shen turns around and taunts them. Hecarim can get out while the Shen is still feared from his own ultimate. So it's not as dangerous going for deep interrupts.
Well, going to be a lot of fun. The game's about ready to begin, and Champion Select is complete, so it's time to jump into our next playoff series as FlyQuest once again faces off against Evil Geniuses. Hello and welcome back to the series, Game 1 of a best of 5 between FlyQuest and Evil Geniuses. These teams are 2 best of 5s away from Worlds. If you win here today and you win next weekend against Team Liquid or Cloud9, that is a spot at the 2020 World Championship. The redemption arc for North America starts now. FlyQuest, the heavy favorites here against EG. Most predictions I have seen have been 3-0 in their favor. However, I have faith in the Hecarim. I have faith in Goldenglue and the rest of Evil Geniuses. This is going to be an exciting game.
And I know, Freak, you just have this infatuation with Hecarim, and you love this champion. I definitely like it as well, especially now in solo queue. But I think the other interesting side of it is on FlyQuest side. This Swain, this is kind of a ridiculous pick that has not been seen, since the rework, and even before the rework, or before this mini rework or whatever you want to call it. It was extremely rare. So I'm super excited to see what PowerOfEvil can do with this champion. The main thing that I know about playing with it was actually when I was doing with my boy Big Terry, former Optic, in bottom lane. He was talking about support, and he was just like, okay, main thing is when he comes to try and use a Q on you to snare you, actually walk forward into it. Yes, you will take the damage, but since the snare only snares the last thing hit, if you play in the minions and walk up into the minions, then it just snares the minions, and you can get off a better trade. As Galio, you can probably use that moving up, get your Q, AoE on the minions as well.
Yep, that'll be something to watch for here. Solo, of course, running with Grasp here in the lane. Every time it's up, you can kind of try to walk into Huni and get some health back, but overall going to lose most of these trades. We'll say Hecarim can run out of mana. He's a fairly mana-hungry champion, but obviously can, through runes and itemization, get through some of that one. W healing capped against minions and monsters, but it's still a good, I think, like 90 health at rank 1, so good sustain there regardless. And Huni shows in the wave, gets 8 of the 12 CS, and we'll see how well Solo can last hit under turret. Did some looking at solo queue win rates. Swain is the 3rd worst matchup in all of League of Legends for mid lane Galio based on win rate. The other ones would be Nocturne and Set. And hey, Set was banned, so there you go.
And I just looked up Season 10. It looks like only Mickey and Whippo for LEC in spring were the 2 Swain plays. So none in summer thus far, and PowerOfEvil will be the first to receive a gank.
And it's already in the mid lane. Goodbye, Goldenglue. It does not matter what you try. First blood is in 3 minutes. Swain is off to the races.
He's got the flash in there, Freak. It doesn't matter. Q, move speed, nerfs, as long as you flash right on top of his head. Goldenglue down.
Speaking of down, Huni is running out of resources here. Has a biscuit if he needs it. Can finish this shove, but looks like we're seeing a pretty early TP back to lane in a second as he trades his health bar out for a minion push. And here's the gank.
We get the POV from Santorin's side, comes in right through the brush. PowerOfEvil sets it up. There's no chance for Goldenglue to flash anything. What I was talking about earlier with the Q snaring the last thing that it hits, Goldenglue tried to run away from it. The tip of it hit for PowerOfEvil. He pulls him right back in before Goldenglue can get out of there. Flash in from Santorin. That is great, CC layering from this mid-jungle duo. And they've really worked well together to get FlyQuest to where they are today.
A little bit of right place, right time for Santorin. Sees Goldenglue and Svenskeren running up to his side of the jungle and says, don't you dare try to dive solo. They won't. They're going to back off their lanes, but at least they could have fought for a bit of jungle control, nothing else. Taking a look now at the bottom lane. Bang and Zeyzal up against WildTurtle and IgNar. I will say I favor Caitlyn in this lane a fair bit. So far, Bang has last hitting pretty well. Santorin and Svenskeren back into fights as well. PoE checks the brush to see if Sven is around there. Indeed, he is. Gromp not pulling back just yet, so Sven may well steal that camp. And now, nice bit of damage here. The trap was on. Zeyzal takes basically every single skill shot, and I like that lane hit forward for extra auto attack. Really heavy trade, and Zeyzal gonna have to chug through the last of his potions.
Yep, they've been just dumping on Zeyzal here, taking out his sustain. Now you get to supplement that Caitlyn playstyle that we kind of talked about, push in the lane, continue to poke them under, and since Zeyzal is so low, they should be able to force Bang to miss some of the CS now. Thus far, he's done just fine grabbing them. It is going to get more difficult though. Santorin also over on this side of the map to kind of give Svenskeren a little back for the counter jungling, and IgNar with the pushing lane on bottom for FlyQuest makes sure he's safe to do so.
Well, IgNar going to help make sure, yes, indeed, Santorin gets the Gromp back, as Svenskeren stole his just a few minutes ago. And
he's going to Wolves with him, too.
What's up?
He's got a little bodyguard. He's going to Wolves with him, too. IgNar's like, don't worry, Santorin. Hey, they took your jungle. I got your back, my friend.
Look, this is what Mark already talked about. Mark talked about this in the pregame analyst segment, saying that IgNar is basically a second jungler on FlyQuest. You can see it here. He's literally just inside the jungle helping take camps down. He's as much Santorin support as he is WildTurtles, which is fair. It works out for him. First recalls come through, no problem. BF sort of the one side. Zerk Greaves as you tend to build an Ashe on the other, and teleport Ashe is really only going to get maybe 3 CS extra out of that teleport cooldown. You'd love to have something better, but you know, when you don't have lane control, you can't really dictate the recall timing, and so not going to be anything too special.
And back on this Swain, I just want to keep checking in since it is the first since the big changes to the champion with the early tier buy here for PowerOfEvil. I kind of like the idea of going for the Seraph since Swain wants to be in the middle, and you get this big power spike on transforming Seraph with the huge shield allowing him you know, to be in the center of the action. If you have that plus the security of a Shen, this PowerOfEvil Swain could be an extremely fearsome frontline that will create a big zoning area for the Caitlyn to have a lot of safety to fire from. Meanwhile, though, EG can use this window, push up. They're starting the dragon. Even with the control ward here, I don't know if Santorin can get there in time. Dark Passage will, though.
Going for the play. Smite Fight coming in a second. Who's going to grab it right there? Nicely picked up by Svenskeren, and now Galio over the top. Big T-fight already. Turtle safe in the back line, and suddenly Goldenglue is running out of health. PoE 2-0 the matchup already, and they are on the chase. Huni is around, but he's not going to get much done. Zeyzal going to burn his flash. PoE flashes in to follow. Ulti explosion won't quite kill. It's getting close. Shield comes in, slowed down yet again. That's going to be 3 on the board for PowerOfEvil. Swain is ready to take this territory for Noxus.
That looks pretty good about funding your Seraphs as well. He could get a super early transformation. All 3 kills. WildTurtle, though, he's going to run into another member of EG.
Danger for the Caitlyn, jumps backwards, trying to stay alive. Gets the shot off, and Sven is on the chase. Turtle does have flash, and he can't burn it in time. Turtle gets his first death of the game.
Yeah, it doesn't save you unless you get just to the wall, and he was a few pixels away from the edge. That's one of those moments where, you know, he's walking back the lane, and you have to give a record scratch pause, a freeze frame. Yes, this is WildTurtle. You are probably wondering how I got here in between 2 EG members. Unable to get out, but there's Huni!
There you go, the best top laner in League of Legends. Hecarim, piloted by Huni. Just incredible stuff. Takes down solo. I will say, the dodge zone, it blocked the E. It wasn't enough. Huni just chased him down. Well played.
Yeah, because you stack up Conquerors so easy with this champion. That's why it's the most insane keystone. Here's another look at the attempted Stand United steal. Santorin jumped in with the Shen on his back. They don't get the steal, but after the Galio lands, they get all of the kills. Solo is able to lock up with the last taunt. PowerOfEvil in the middle of everyone where he wants to be on Swain. Also stacking up his own Conqueror, able to get the chase down here. Santorin landed the W for the extra slow there with Volibear just to make sure as well. And we're back out to another objective. Rift Herald here going to have another 5-on-5. Huni is on the way.
Ooh, Asher barely missed, but they're chasing another Santorin. Forced to flash away now himself as well. PoE waiting around. Damage on Zeyzal. Gets his health up a little bit higher. Ultimately, no big fight. And PoE has not recalled yet, has not bought since that double kill he picked up. So though there is a gold lead for FlyQuest, there is not an item lead for the team. Ultimately doesn't really matter too much. Evil Geniuses, again, they get the Herald picked up. They can slam that when they need it to get some extra money on the board. Plate's not taken in any lane just yet.
Yeah, honestly, I like the reset and focus here from Evil Geniuses. Trying to get an objective after the lost fight there since FlyQuest stayed out on the map so long. Now, PowerOfEvil obviously trying to save up as much as he can so he can get close to his completion. But Cinder Hulk at least comes in. Jungle items should be starting completed right now. Post level 6 and opening up for that play.
So Kiwi waiting for Ambient Gold for his next upgrade, has the Haunting Guise and goes Blasting Wand, which can go a couple of different ways. Primarily it's going to be Leandri's Torment being done, and then he'll upgrade to Archangels when it's time for the Seraphs to be in there. Regardless, obviously very good damage item. You do want some level of health onto Swain, another champion I enjoy playing a fair bit, and you end up getting pretty reasonably tanky on that one. Nice try on the last hits. Looks like the Reek is going to come through for IgNar, and it's going to be WildTurtle waiting around for a bit to finish the rest of these. Huni, not very far ahead in CS. Obviously, that solo kill is nice, and want to point out this game is close. The early game for FlyQuest generally has been a fair bit better than EG. EG's best laning member was Kumo, who, of course, has been benched for Huni. And so far, I mean, in this game, at least, Huni's been doing pretty well, but EG otherwise have not had the best of early games in the LCS. This time around, playing it pretty closely, and we'll see if the mid game can go as well also.
And Huni is a big kind of gatekeeper for the early game for EG in this game. You know, he needs to have an oppressive lane versus solo to keep the Shen from countering their moves on the other side of the map. That's his main job right now, is push in this Shen, continually try and whittle him down, stack up your Conqueror, threaten those possible dives, threaten those kills, so that you can use your Graves Invading Galio combo after Ashe ultimate, pick somebody off, and you can, on the side of EG, try and force things before PowerOfEvil and WildTurtle really scale up.
I'll wait for that one to happen. Quick note about WildTurtle, by the way. This entire split, he has never had more than 2 deaths in a game. Across all 10 he's played, he is capped at 2. He's halfway there right now, but he is on the slightly winning team. And Caitlyn,
that's the goal.
So it may sit at, again, just won the entire rest of this game. But worth pointing out that, this is a man that had been, nicely placed. Santorin gets in the melee range, makes sure that he can't go anywhere, and he's going to ult out to safety. That's going to be Goldenglue staying alive. Herald has been summoned as well, so Solo is going to, just take some turret damage here as 2 more plates drop down, but knocks in the Herald and nothing else to do.
Are they going to be able to chase down Goldenglue here? Is he making the long run? Because that was some, very temporary safety that he found.
Execute. It should be, unless Santorin wants to. Yeah, he's not even reached the smite. This is execute.
No flash.
XP. Though.
All right.
At least it's XP.
The safety of the fountain finally acquired for Goldenglue. Experience is picked up for Santorin, but definitely spent a long time chasing him through there.
Also got to point something out that I missed earlier on. Goldenglue is running Predator in the mid lane. I don't know if you called that and I missed it, but he is rushed Boots 2. He is going for the high move speed version. Of course, Predator. Ooh, this is a nice bit of damage. Hook as well. This is good night. This is lights out. This is a kill. Santorin over the wall to guarantee it. Onto the board for him, knocking down Svenskeren.
PowerOfEvil with the snipe over the wall to start it out, making this Swain look good. Freak, this is crazy. Swain could go from not picked anywhere in the entire world in summer to being banned in a playoff series versus FlyQuest after game number 1.
Yeah, good job, PoE. The man is known to pull his own builds out. We saw the Lich Bane Orianna with some defense to it. And now saying, no. Like, Swain makes sense here. Again, I love it in the matchup. It is absolutely incredible versus Galio. If your team needs magic damage, which they do, it is the literal best pick in League of Legends, at least according to solo queue stats. Really, really like this one. Obviously, we can see top lane turret is 1 hit from dead. Huni just needs to auto that a single time with minions nearby, and he will claim first turret top lane. His Hecarim so far doing pretty well, and it feels like EG are going to need the help because everywhere else on the map, they are bleeding gold.
Yeah, they've been just gutted here around these dragon fights. So next one coming up, 4.5 minutes with the Mountain Dragon. Huni already taking down top side. That pressure on the Shen lane is still their hope. EG, they're in a decent position. Even though, FlyQuest seem to have so much success setting up PowerOfEvil, and he is going to be a monster, they still have the map pressure in their favor. Huni taking down that tower, now is free to move. His teleport is ready, and EG forcing on the bottom side, also threatening the Galio ultimate. This is how you want to, keep that pressure up and apply the globals.
This is really, really nice. So EG down in the bottom lane. This is the first time I shouldn't say the first time, I've seen Caitlyn lane lose as well, but this is actually very, very good by Bang and Zeyzal. Early laning was rough. They have come down to grab 3 turret plates by the time plates have dropped. They have a CS lead by +9 on Bang right now. Very well done to this duo. And right now a gold lead for EG as well, thanks to the solo turret. Gold hook's going to be dodged, nicely played by Zeyzal. Turtle goes in for some damage, can't get it all though, and out they go. But EG have turned in a gold lead, winning in top and bot right now, so it feels a little bit like PoE and Santorin versus the world, but to a fairly small scale.
And honestly, that should be one of the main things that EG are working to play around. If you're faced with this problem of an extremely fed Swain, goals are to fight on the other side of the map, away from Swain. Again, PowerOfEvil does not have teleport. Swain, his move speed was nerfed. He cannot roam very quickly. The problem is once he gets there, he's a massive DPS tank, and he also has a stopwatch on him. So EG should try and force something with an Ashe arrow. You have some extra mobility with the Tahm Kench ultimate, even though it's very short range at level 1, and make use of your Galio roaming better than Swain, because the stand-up 5-on-5 is going to look a little bit rough. And in that vein, FlyQuest wants to play off their strengths. They force on the Riptail number 2. Wisely, EG don't take the fight and try and play sides.
Alrighty, there we go. Herald can be chopped down pretty easily. Santorin's going to grab this one. We'll see when FlyQuest get their first turret. But meanwhile, because the squad went mostly topside, EG get alone time down to the bot lanes. He's looking ult over when needed. but instead they will grab their second turret. So FlyQuest may have kills, but EG have the turrets, and they have the farm, as Goldenglue is once again pushed away from the mid lane, having obviously a pretty rough time down there. Dodges the root, knocks down the wave. Nicely done there. EG on a 1,000 gold lead, waiting for a Herald to summon for FlyQuest to close that a little bit.
I think they might want to wait until they actually get, you know, a Shen play or a team fight victory or something to pop that Herald and really gain some purchase on one of these towers. If they just open it up in one of the lanes, they don't actually have a lot of the extra pushing power to do it. WildTurtle off of this reset, though, getting another wave into bottom side, and you see Goldenglue already heading down towards the bottom where EG have opened up the map, taking off those two side turrets. So you just switch your Ashe into the mid lane to hold those waves. Safety of Tahm Kench lets you gain effectiveness from your split push and really allow Huni more alone time with solo.
Yeah, looking to keep that matchup moving well. You can see the Death's Dance is being begun here for Huni as the Warhammer and the No Magic Mantle as Titanic is done. Solo heavily pushing towards actually dueling power, right? Titanic Rush, not just the Sunfire and wait. You want to be able to fight back. Has managed to farm pretty well as a result. And now around to the mid lane goes FlyQuest. Mountain Drake, which is Drake number 2, spawns in 50 seconds. Bang gets away from the Vision of Empire and will knock down this wave without much problem. But PoE and Turtle are sharing a lane right now. No one is farming bot. They are staying to knock down mid turret. Santorin summons. See if the squad can make this one happen. Santorin waiting around. Here comes Shelly. Here comes the charge. Should mean a little bit more damage to kill it off. It's low. They need an auto attack, and Turtle does not feel safe to do so, which, to be fair, he has a lantern available to him. It would have only taken 1 or 2 auto attacks. That maybe could have been done, but plays risk averse as the Drake is spawning in 20 seconds.
Yeah, honestly, I think I get a little scared getting that close to a turret, too, with the Ashe arrow available. Obviously, it's really early in the game. There's no QSS. There's no Michaelis or anything to get him out. But the Lantern, if well positioned from IgNar, in a quick click, could definitely move him to the side in time to try and get away from that. Dragon will be set up, though. They didn't quite take down the mid turret, but gain enough pressure here to set up first. Caitlyn traps go a long way. Turtle trying to close off both of the routes into the Drake contest.
And we're seeing no one really trying right now. Huni, yes, he has teleport. He's not running down to the side of the map. They are letting FlyQuest get Drake number 2 solo. I like this. Puts on the dodge zone. Says, I will take the minion wave. 0 auto attacks on the turret. Nicely done. Knew he was going to be safe for that one. Titanic active gets the turret down. That's going to be some nice safety there. Top is being pushed in, but they will not lose almost any farm. Solo is almost... he's going to be there like just in time regardless, but hold that thought. EG nearly get the catch. Goldenglue nearly found that taunt. That could have maybe been a kill on a solo, so it will be top lane crashing. Some decent damage from Huni. Going to ult back into this fight as they're going to look for this kill. A stopwatch is not going to buy much time. IgNar is going to die, and Turtle under the turret trying to stay alive. Gets the Shen ulti. They're going to get banged. He goes too far in. The recompense is there. And Zeyzal now going to be sniped. He will just barely live. And it's going to be a flash to get away from Santorin, who still wants in. Auto 1, Auto 2, Auto 3. Turret goes down to the mid lane.
Holy moly! Bang just went turbo in mid lane there with Stand United available. Solo does save him. Another fight here, though. Solo having a hard time getting back to the safety of his tower.
They're going for this dive. He is 1 versus 2. Huni going to take some damage. They knock the turret down first. The dodge zone is up, but it's not going to mean anything. He's going to try to get away. The ultimate's going to charge in. A lantern to keep him safe. Just barely living. Tanks ignite, tanks an ultimate. Nearly a kill over there regardless. You can see 3 turrets to 2 overall scoreline as bot finally goes down as well.
I would think. So my mind is thinking about the mid lane dive there. Maybe Bang did that because he was expecting Zeyzal to flash in after him to devour him away from the tower aggro after they get the kill, and they just didn't take into account the Stand United. Meanwhile, PowerOfEvil is getting chased down.
Predator Galio very, very fast. Stopwatch is available. PoE has his ulti on, tries to flash but he can't do it. He's going to burn the stopwatch. It might give him the chance at Goldenglue. Nice shot by Zeyzal, help guarantee it. Spits him out after the man dies. Well played there. Huni burns the TP to show up, and it gets him a kill.
All right, so big pick here on the side for EG. Teleport back to mid for Bang to be able to catch the wave in time as well. And the double safety of the Zhonya's plus the Devour, able to outlast the PowerOfEvil stopwatch as well. Meanwhile, though, Huni pushed an extra wave.
Can he get the
and
flag?
might pay one back. Has ultimate.
Nice ult. All right. Yeah, he had to ult that one. The hook was going to be too dangerous, so out he goes. But look at this. Evil Genius is 1,300 gold ahead right now. They're playing the map nicely.
All right, here's another look. Are we going to focus on the mid lane dive here? I think that should be the play. Slow-mo is seeing the Thresh engage on the top side, which we definitely saw. Here's Zeyzal and Bang, though, on the right side. That's what I'm looking at. Bang wanted to finish him off. With Santorin flashing for the stun from out of vision of Bang, plus the Stand United coming in. Those are two kind of unexpected factors that caused him to do that. But the idea would have been, oh, Bang flashes forward, he finishes off those auto attacks onto Turtle, and then you have the Tahm Kench to devour you. But the damage is not as bursty as you would really need to pull off that surprise play without the at least Stand United coming in my opinion.
Ooh. Good sidestep. Pretty close one right there. Nice attempt, though. It was a narrow margin that kept WildTurtle alive. There wasn't a lot of safety left. Shen ult was still down. That would have been a kill, so nice try. End of the day, Fast Fingers keeps him alive. Yeah, I think that dive would have been good if Volibear weren't, like, right there next to him because, yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
End of the day, though, we look at this game again, and it's still only 1,000 gold apart. EG still playing very close. Minute 45 on Drake, of which FlyQuest have 2.
Whew, it is a hot one, Freak. I'm excited
Yes.
with this being the first game of this series coming out this close. Both teams do have options for the sides. Goldenglue's teleport is up in addition to the ultimate for Galio. And again, PowerOfEvil is playing the side lanes, even though no teleport and base move speed of 325 on Swain. Definitely down there in the super low tiers as far as the pushing. So I think FlyQuest still would much rather have the opportunity to set up on the objectives first, and will gain so much more priority. And that being the case, makes me think that they actually don't have a super high value on the Mountain Drake, because PowerOfEvil is still top, 1 minute left. Generally, you're going to want to get your control wards in place before the 30 seconds that lead up to the fight. Huni is going for the 1v1 on solo, just a quick little trade though.
And as he done, blocks Triforce and the charge damage with a timely W. That's going to be him safe right there. Mid lane push down, back and forth, and it's just playing over wave control. A couple of Caitlyn traps down, not being jumped on.
Yeah, PoE did make the recall. He's on the way now. 30 seconds left for them to try and get vision set up for this third dragon. Mountain number 2 it would be for FlyQuest. See if they can get inside. Goldenglue and EG, they should just be buying time, because they're the ones with the advantage now on top side. Teleport plus Galio ultimate both available for him. He is going to have to get a little bit closer if he wants that instant impact, but control wards already have been placed for EG, and Svenskeren's even kind of waiting in the brush. A little bit dangerous, but looks like they do have a 2-person surprise opportunity, maybe Turtle.
Damage on the Santorin. He's one of the tankiest members on the team, though. Gets Lantern back out as well, so no problems there. And once again, looking over this side as Solo is playing top lane, waiting to ulti back in when the fight is needed. EG have their squad around. Looking to knock down the mid lane first is FlyQuest. The Drake being set up by Svenskeren. Huni still waiting around on the wings. Hook's not going to land. Poke over the walls as well, looking for a bit more damage. Not going to find it just yet from PoE side. No root or hook in either. Now it's Galio off to the side, but he can, of course, ult back in as well. Here comes Shen over the top. This is going to be the engage. Here's the attempt. Ults in towards Svenskeren, push them out of the pit, and it's going to be claimed there. Drake number 3 for FlyQuest. Lantern for some safety. Galio's still on the wrong side of this fight, but be careful. They are still being hemmed in. Huni does have ulti if they want it, but still no play. Box used for some disengage, and FlyQuest going to keep running away. Now the dunk in towards Solo, but he is the tankiest player on that squad, and there is no problem at all. A great Drake steal, 3-0, no kills on either side.
And you see the hesitation on EG's side. When PowerOfEvil pops the Swain ultimate, they give him a wide berth, just waiting for the Swain ultimate to time out before they can go for the re-engage. But it's enough time for FlyQuest to power through. They take the dragon, that's number 3. They're set up for Soul now, and to walk the entire team out. Yes, he's slow moving, but it's a slow moving fortress that is very, very dangerous to engage on. And this is saying something, because EG have the Hecarim Galio dive combo that you would think would make Turtle's life extremely dangerous. But the thing is, if Turtle is within range of PowerOfEvil, he kind of provides that offensive support there and makes them think twice about going for the carry.
Yeah, I mean, you dive Turtle and PoE pops ult, Solo pops ult, and IgNar just McHales plus Lantern, and it's like, well, if you didn't one-shot Turtle through Shen ulti, Turtle's fine. And hey, you're on top of Swain? Great, that's where he wants to be. Let's go, let's do this. The mana Zonia's now He has Leandry's in. Like, this is kind of the first great spike for Swain where, you know, he's got some decent souls. He's got the ulti available, and he can turn invincible during it. So feels pretty good. Lane not quite going to land, and there's the Ashe not going to land. That was a pullback as well, but he's going to flash in for the taunt. This is a lot of damage. McHale's in a flash, though. Gets out of safety. Huni wants in, does have ulti. There's going to be the charge in. There's a lot of damage. Galio over the top. They're going to get the kill. Turtle with death number 2. There is just not enough ways out. They just keep finding more ways to dive him, and finally it works out for EG.
Yeah, that you can tell. That was in their mind the entire dragon fight, too. They're looking at Turtle, so juicy. They finally get him down with the flash down as well. Now EG get their chance at a power play. Swain pushing topside, too.
All right, here comes the taunt under the turret yet again. Wanting to get solo. His dodge zone is down. He's going to flash over the wall, stay alive. This turret, though, going to take a lot of damage. Going to drop as well. Huni wants in a 1 versus 3. Takes Ignite, walks back away. No problem for him. And that is EG finding their 4th turret of the game. Tied now in kills, up 1 turret, up 1,500 gold, but bleeding some Drakes.
Yeah, and I think they are going to have to reset for some Baron vision because, again, with FlyQuest having this, grouped up strength there, trying to play around PowerOfEvil, with the control wards sticking on Baron, it continually kind of nags them over into that way, and is this pulling fear that they have to worry about. When Caitlyn gets to set up traps leading up into the Baron, all the defensive measures that you mentioned become kind of twofold more difficult to execute, because while Hecarim and Galio can dive, the rest of the team will have a problem navigating through those Caitlyn traps, through these small corridors leading over to the Baron. Hawkshot always gives you that extra safety. It makes you feel way better about your vision game and a little bit less pressured in the Baron instances, but it is another cooldown you have to work around.
Well, right now, the chance towards Mountain Soul is up in 100 seconds, and based on this comp, Mountain Soul is probably the best thing for FlyQuest. Anti-burst to keep the backline alive against diving.
And frontline Swain.
Sure, yeah, I mean, obviously the stat multiplication is really nice for the sort of 3 tanks they've got, right? I mean 4 if you count Swain, which is actually realistic. Yeah, it's a really, really good soul for them, so see if they can make that one happen. EG, of course, wanting to fight that one back. If they can stack the next 3, they'll get the soul instead. It's going to be dangerous, though.
Yeah, EG feeling pretty good about the state of the game, though. Marginal gold lead for themselves, even though they have to worry about the soul in 1 minute. I think that they should be able to position first to try and take this team fight, and Turtle's flash is still down. So that's one of the big components in the survivability of this FlyQuest team, as much as we're talking up the Swain. If there's no Caitlyn damage there, then it is basically 3 CC tanks and just the Swain burn that EG would have to worry about. So Turtle's positioning is going to be huge.
Well, nice attempt there. Hook's going to kind of buy some time. Out they go. Drake back now in 35 seconds. More Swain W. Gets some more health. Thanks, Zeyzal. Nice little heal for him. And we've got another attempt there. Santorin's the front line. Deadman's played on, waiting for his play. Off to the side is Goldenglue Galio. He's been pretty good for the engagement as well. They have found those kills time and again. And now, as the mid lane is fought over, poke keeps going. Santorin down to only 1,400 is not great. Finds some slow, finds some poke, wants it on Svenskeren, gets a lantern for some shielding. That's going to be a lot of damage. The flash for him, and he's going to have to flash backwards to get away from the skill shots. But Santorin's getting dangerously low. Arrow's going to land almost, but still goes to the uprights. Now on the front line is PoE. Pops field needs the Zonias. Gets it just in time, and they've already knocked down Huni. PoE still staying alive, getting another bit of health back. Galio over the top, looking for a knock out of Santorin. And now the re-engage towards Goldenglue. Also back in towards Svenskeren. Can't find that stun, but 2 autos will kill him. Solo slowed down. Goldenglue this time will go down. Great hook by IgNar. And now over the wall they go. EG cannot fight this anymore. Zeyzal going to get hooked right back in. A single auto will kill him. PoE, can he find the skill shot? And all the same time, the Drake is being attacked. That's going to be Zeyzal going down. Svenskeren's going to drop as well. It's the 4 for 0. Make it all 5. The Bud Light Ace for FlyQuest. And the Mountain Drake going to go their way as well.
And the Baron Freak, that team fight means everything. FlyQuest, make it count here. Santorin goes in for the engage. Huni actually late ulted out on the Hecarim, kind of caught and chunked down on the backside of that Dragon Pit. Huge team fight for FlyQuest. Turtle remains safe the entire time, and they burn them down. Mountain Soul plus Baron buff, baby. That's going to be some hard push. Teleport in for a super necessary steal here.
Well, they don't have Spellbook, they don't have Smite, but they can try for the hard engage to find some damage output. Easiest Smite of the life for Santorin, and now this is a 2 versus 5. Goodbye, Goldenglue. Your KDA is going to look a lot worse after this one. You do not have a way out. PoE's going to grab his 5th kill. And EG, they brought in Bang. They found a stun, but Turtle gets McHale's. He's going to stay safe. But again, are you really trying to 4v5 this right now? EG going to find Zeyzal slow. The man's going to flash over the wall. And Huni is trying to steal a blue buff, but you're never going to get it in time. He's on the wrong side of the map. He'll run to safety, should stay alive. End of the day, it's EG bleeding a couple more kills. Down a solid amount of gold. Yeah, he's running. He's fine. They're out. But this lead has now grown massive for FlyQuest.
Yeah, the plays after the fact here were desperation plays from EG. Yeah. They know, they're like, oh my goodness, we're facing the Soul. It's going to be Baron as well for them. They're just trying to pull some crazy desperate play to pull it back. Santorin, though, with the Dead Man's extra speed and the flash, able to get the stun on Svenskeren. But again, we were watching WildTurtle this whole time because he doesn't have flash. He kites back there, and PowerOfEvil is zoning 4 members of EG on this Swain. He pops his Zonias, he heals back up within that duration, and also the rest of the team is able to kill Huni, the lone threat from EG that had been flanking on the other side. So PowerOfEvil there with the Zonias stays true, zones off the 4 members of EG on the other side. They win the team fight, chasing them down, and they gain all the rewards here, Freak. Game number 1 of the series. Does have some pretty big implications for Champion Select. Been pretty hyped up on this Swain, and it really has proven to be such a valuable tool for EG. Or, excuse me, for PoE.
Yeah, it's been a really difficult one to deal with on the EG side, of course. This game feels like a lot of mid and jungle difference. Very well done by PoE and Santorin. They got first blood at level 2. They have kind of kept the pressure going really well for them. Good job there.
Teleport.
Yep, another arrow, and every single one gets sidestepped here. I don't think it's like bad aim by Bang, but they're always getting away. Turtle gets the shield. Here comes the dive in for Huni. Can't get the fear, though. Galio on the top might not mean much either. Only a single stun, and EG are running out of health bars. Goldenglue is death number 3. Zeyzal makes death number 4. Huni can run back to the base and lick some wounds and try to kill some minions, but evil geniuses do not have defenses left. Solo going to get a lot of damage here. A stopwatch buys a second of time, but it's just not gonna matter. Game over indeed. Another ace coming through. FlyQuest gonna close out game 1 over evil geniuses.
FlyQuest, again, another super strong win for them. These are the types of games that got them that 3rd seed in the regular season, proving another huge victory here over EG.
Picking up where they left off, FlyQuest